So we are going with our topic heat and measurement. So yesterday we discussed about the temperature and heat. Now we are going to see how the different energies are converted into heat energy. How the different energies are converted into heat energy. What are the different types of energies we are having? The first one is mechanical energy. Mechanical energy converted into heat energy. Chemical energy converted into heat energy. Then electrical energy converted into heat energy. Solar energy converted into heat energy. Heat energy. Now you can see that what are the different energies we are having: mechanical energy, chemical energy, electrical energy and solar energy. Here you can see that the mechanical energy can be converted into heat energy, chemical energy can be converted into heat energy, then electrical energy can be converted into heat energy and the solar energy can be converted into heat energy. Mechanical energy can be converted into heat energy. Here what we are doing means, the mechanical energy means, now you are taking your two hands and rubbing with each other. What will happen when I am rubbing my two palms with each other? You can see that the heat will be produced. I am taking two iron rods and rubbing with each other. What will happen? The heat will be produced. Now take two soap nuts and rub with each other, or two stones and rub with each other. They also will produce the heat. So we can say that here mechanical energy is converted into heat energy. Chemical energy converted into heat energy means, now our gas stove will be there. When I lit the stove and put water on that one, what will happen here? The chemical energy is converted into heat energy. Next one, electrical energy. Now if I am taking rice cooker, if I am taking iron box, then what will happen if I am taking iron box and plug the switch on, the iron box after some time it will be hot. We can iron that one. The heat will be produced from that one. Next one, solar energy. From the sunlight, by using solar panels, what will happen? The heat will be produced by using these solar panels. So, what are the different forms of energy that can be converted into heat energy? What are the different forms of energy that can be converted into heat energy means, mechanical energy, chemical energy, electrical energy and solar energy. Mechanical energy will be converted into heat energy, chemical energy will be converted into heat energy, electrical energy will be converted into heat energy and solar energy will be converted into heat energy. Now, as I said yesterday for you, now we are telling that the hardness and coldness of a body is called the temperature. Now, if I hold a particular person's hand and I can say that his body is cool or hot, but the exact temperature, can I say? It's not possible. How can we say the exact temperature of the human body? By using some instruments, we can prove that. What is that? What is it? When we go near to the doctor, when we are suffering with fever, we can see that when we go near to him, there he uses the thermometer. What we will say it as a thermometer. What is that thermometer? It is a clinical thermometer. It is a clinical thermometer. So here I go with a rough diagram of a clinical thermometer. So here you can see the rough diagram of the clinical thermometer. What are the different parts of the clinical thermometer? We are having here a hook. Okay, here the mercury. Next here the kin. The other name is constriction. The other name for this one is constriction. Here a glass bulb will be present. Inside this a capillary tube and here the glass bulb is present. So when we are seeing the clinical thermometer, what are the different parts of the clinical thermometer are hook, kin, capillary tube, mercury and glass bulb are the different parts of the clinical thermometer. What is the use of this hook? When we are taking this hook, we can see that always the mercury level will not be same in the what is that thermometer. Always the mercury level will not be same in the thermometer. So what we have to do means we have to hold the hook and just jerk it. Jerking means we are shaking the clinical thermometer to bring the mercury level to its normal position. Now I just, I am a doctor, 2 to 3 patients are coming to me. Now, I just tested one person whether he is suffering with fever or not. Now, to that particular person, it shows some 100 or 1 or 2 or something, 1 or 2 temperature it has shown. Again, I have to keep for the next person. What I will do? First, I will just keep in hot water that one. And again, I will take it out, jerk it, okay, to why? It should come to the normal position. Again, I will test for someone. So, this hook is used for that. This kink, the constriction what is present here, for what purpose we are using this? The mercury level should not fall down. What will happen means, here this kink will stop the mercury level. This kink will stop the falling of the mercury level. It keeps in constant. So, we are using this kink. Next one, without the air enter into this glass chamber, without the air entering into the glass chamber, what we are doing means we are covering the whole body. If the air enters into the glass tumbler, what will happen? We can see that if the air enters into the glass tumbler, we cannot get the correct reading. We cannot get the correct reading. So what we are going to do means we are covering total clinical thermometer. Next one, mercury. What is the use of this mercury? Mercury is in grey in color. It doesn't stick to the walls of this capillary tube, and there is a free flow and expansion and contraction. What will happen means the liquid, the mercury, the liquid which is present in this expands and contracts in the clinical. Here a capillary tube was there. This capillary tube will show the reading of this what is that mercury from some 97 degrees Fahrenheit to some 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Measurements will be there, and each what is that? Each one is for 10 minutes. Here 97, 98, 99, 100, 1 or like that. 101, 102, 103 up to 110. Here in the middle, small equal divisions, 10 equal divisions will be present in the middle to show that 99.4, 99.3, 99.6. Here, this is of your clinical thermometer. What is the normal human body temperature? The normal human body temperature is 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. If it is in Fahrenheit, 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit is a normal temperature of the human body. If it is in Celsius, we will tell that 37 degrees Celsius is a normal temperature of the human body. In Celsius means 37 degrees Celsius is the normal temperature of the human body, and if it is in Fahrenheit, we will take that. This Fahrenheit and Celsius are the degrees of the clinical thermometer. This Fahrenheit and Celsius are the degrees of the clinical thermometer. So what is the normal human body temperature? 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. If the person is, if it crosses this one, if a person is having 99 degrees or 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then that particular person is suffering with fever. If this crosses to 99 degrees or 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then the particular person is suffering with fever. Did you understand what is about the clinical thermometer? For what purpose we are using the clinical thermometer? If a person is suffering with fever, to know his temperature, we are using the clinical. Normally, by holding the hand, we can say that particularly the person is having the temperature or not. But exactly what is the temperature, we cannot say. So we have to use the instrument. What is that particular instrument we are using? Clinical thermometer. What are the different parts of the clinical thermometer? Hook, kink, then mercury, glass bulb, capillary tube, and these are the different parts, and it is divided into 10 equal parts. 97 degrees Fahrenheit to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Here the glass bulb, the air should not enter into this one. The hook helps to bring the mercury to the normal position, and here the reading will tell. When the temperature is more, what will happen? The mercury level will be increased. When the temperature is less, the mercury level will be decreased. When the temperature is more, what will happen? The mercury level will be increased. When the temperature is less, the mercury level will be. That means expansion and contraction of the mercury levels because of the heat. This is of a clinical thermometer. Next experiment was the expansion of liquids on heating. Next we are seeing that expansion of liquids on heating. What are the expansion of liquids on heating? What are the things required? Here we need a conical flask, water, metal tray, ink. These are the things necessary for this one. What we have to do? Now here I am taking a conical flask. Okay, fill the conical flask with water. Okay, here I am placing a measuring scale. Like this, here I am placing a measuring scale. Now here in my hand the conical flask was there, and I filled the conical flask with water. Now add 2 to 3 drops of colored ink. Now add colored ink. So I am taking red color. Okay, I am taking red color. Now add this colored ink to this water. Now what happened to the water? There is change in the color of water. First it is colorless. Now I added red ink to that one. It changed it to red color. Why I added red color to the water means to know that how it will be increased and decreased. So here what I am doing means now I took a metal tray filled with what is that? Full of boiled water with high temperature. Okay. I took a metal tray, here a metal tray with the hard boiled water. Here in the metal tray, what is there? Boiled water was there. in the metal tray, the boiled water was present. When I keep this conical flask in this metal tray, what will happen means, because of the heat produced by this water, the water level in the conical flask increased. First time the water level is here, first mark. When I just kept hot water here, the water level increased. This is second mark. Can you understand that? In the first case, the level of the water is here. When I keep hot water here, the water level increased. This is the second case. Now, after some time, what I'll do means, I'll take this tray or I'll place this conical flask to its to normal position. When it cools, again it comes back to its normal position to 1. Did you understand? Here what is happening, when I started keeping this conical flask in near the hot boiled water, here what happened? The water expanded. The water expanded. When I took the conical flask and when I kept outside, what happened to the water? The water got contracted. The water got contracted. Water expanded, water got contracted. So here we can see that by this experiment, the liquids will expand on heating and contract on cooling. The liquids will expand on heating and contract on cooling. This answer is very important. Expansion of liquids on heating. What we have to do? We have to take a conical flask, we have to take a measuring scale, we have to take a tray. These are 3 things we have to take, and water. Now what we have to do? Take a conical flask, fill the conical flask with water. Add some few drops of colored ink. Now after that, after some time, what you have to do? You take boiled water and place this conical flask in this boiled water. Because of first before placing in the hot water, note down the level of the water. The level of the water for the first time. When I took the conical flask and when I placed in this boiled water, the level of the water was increased. The level of the water was increased. So I will note the level of the water increased was second level. Now what I will do, after some time I will remove this conical flask and keep out. When it cools down, it comes to its normal position to level 1. So by this experiment we can say that liquids expand on heating and contracts on cooling. So in the thermometer also, clinical thermometer also, what we took? We took mercury. So when our body temperature is very high, what will happen to the mercury present in that one? It will be increased. Then when our body temperature comes to normal position, what will happen to the mercury level in that one? It comes to its normal position. So by this experiment we can say that the liquids expands on heating and contracts on cooling. So the remaining we can continue tomorrow. Thank you.